So yeah, let's learn about the typical workday at a local Japanese grocery store.
This is a workday at a local Japanese supermarket.
Just slow and start.
Good morning, everyone. This is gonna be an early one. It's actually 4 a.m. in the morning. It is still super dark outside.
That
The
is very
owners of
early.
the supermarket just behind me are gonna be coming here shortly. I can't wait for this one to get started, so let's just wait for the owners to get here. So this is Japan hard at work at a neighborhood supermarket, aka grocery store, known in Japan as a supa. It's named French shop
Supa.
Oyama, located in Kawaguchi, Saitama Prefecture, operated by the Oyama family since 1987. Now with 4 generations
That's a long
all
time,
working
huh?
together under the same roof to offer top quality goods at an unbeatable price, as they hand select their fresh produce in the morning at wholesale markets. Even grandma prepares their in-store sozai deli dishes while their great-grandchildren pitch in throughout the day.
Right away, I can say it's something I'm not very familiar with. Like, even in the tiny village I used to live in, with just maybe like 1,000 people, like there was no like family store like this, like there was 2 little grocery store, but they were basically like from a big brand, right? A big chain of grocery store. So again, it's really not something I was very like familiar with. Yeah.
They're here. Good morning. That's the owner's daughter, Michio-san, and her granddaughter. You're so early. At 4:30 in the morning, the two set out for the wholesale market,
4:30.
as the daughter knows that this is key to securing the best produce available, which is
That's
one way the
insane.
family shop can compete with other local grocers, including mega supermarkets.
I see. That's interesting. So every day they've got to go buy stuff.
This is the Urawa Wholesale Market, where Michio-san visits every other day to purchase their store's goods, except for the vegetables, which is handled by her father, the owner of the shop, at the Kawaguchi Central Wholesale Market. What are you buying here?
今ここではおしんこ、お漬物とか。
Nice. Do you always help?
たまに。
I see. Today being Saturday, the shop offers special limited sales items where prices are extremely low, so she must
see.
remain especially focused
the best
today
day
when
to go.
negotiating prices and looking for products. And having her granddaughter with her to assist this morning gives her even more motivation to get the best deals.
お願いします。
Do you focus just on price?
一応見てこれなら売れるかなって思う金額があるので、それをめどに買って、あと何件かあると同じの売ってるから、こっちの方が安い、あっちの方が安いとか、ちょっと見て。
In Japan's
It's interesting. I didn't think this is how they do it. I would assume that they had like, even as a small shop, they just have suppliers for like the different things they sell. But no, I guess they go to a big market and buy stuff to resell. It's interesting. It's not really how I thought this was done.
fiercely competitive supermarket industry with around 23,000 stores, she's able to set her store apart by engaging with her customers daily to understand their needs and strives to offer her goods at the lowest prices, knowing from her experience that even a single yen can sway the price-conscious Japanese shopper.
可愛い。
Are you gonna buy that?
なんか可愛い可愛い。ハロウィン近いし。
True. It's part of her job to always be aware of upcoming holidays and events in order to predict what will sell and what
Makes
won't.
sense. Makes sense.
何する？
There's really like an appeal to this kind of like, like solo or family shop, that you run on your own and always try to restock and everything. When I was young, like I was thinking maybe one day I'd have like a video game store or something, because I really liked the idea, and I'd gone a few times to like some video game store when we went to a bigger city, and I like the atmosphere, right? Like it's nerdy dude, just in like a sea of video games, and it seemed like kind of nice. So I remember thinking, that would be something I might like to do someday. And I remember like sorry, I remember like talking to my mom about it once, and she also was like, I guess I wouldn't mind working there too, doing like the the money side of things and the calculation and everything. Yeah, I mean, it was a stupid, like, you know, youngin thing, right? I mean, I was never really serious about it, and today, like the last thing I ever want to do is do customer service. But yeah, again, there's kind of an appeal running like your own little shop, having regular people who know you and support the shop, and yeah, like the kind of cozy atmosphere, right? I don't know, it's pretty great. Like, there's something about it. There's something about it. Like what I used to, you can request random animation. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Where I used to live, again, for grocery store, they were like big brands. But for example, for like a bakery or like a bread bakery only place and stuff like that, they were actually like, personal store. And, the atmosphere was automatically much more kind of awesome, right?
What are you doing now?
時計をいつもここで
Oh, cool. Are you
う
done?
んもうちょいあと1箇所
Nice. Aren't you at all sleepy?
お昼ご飯食べた後がもう眠くなっちゃうかもしれない
I can imagine.
おかえりああレモンスカッシュ
For Michio-san, the market holds a special place in her heart, filled with warm memories. As a child, she would visit with her father. People would give her juice and even pocket money while she played and rode the trolley inside the market. Now she creates new and joyful memories with a younger generation. First her kids and now her granddaughter, passing down the same sense of community and nostalgia that made the market so meaningful for her.
That's cool. That's cool.
どうも結果
Before going back, she makes a few more stops. Although she officially started working at their store about 30 years ago, it was about 7 years ago when her own mother suffered an injury, which forced her to take on the responsibility of their wholesale purchasing and continuing on the relationships her mother built with all the vendors.
I
Now
see.
the family relies on her to make the correct purchasing decisions to keep their business profitable.
いや行きま
It's
せん
Oh, it
scary
seems like she's negotiating
responsibilities.
the price for some of the store's featured sale items. Fortunately, the bargaining has a friendly tone since she's developed such a close relationship with the vendor over the years.
That's really how it is, I guess, yeah. Like, with something like this, at first it must be pretty hard, You don't really know the people. They might not be that willing to make deal with you. But I guess once you've survived a couple of years with your store and everything, and you know the people and everything, it's probably much easier to make things work out, right? All this.
Wow, they're super
そう
nice.
なのみんなね本当にねよくしてくれるありがたいことに
Well, makes for a pleasant morning. Around 6:30 a.m., she finally makes it back to their supermarket. Before the store opens at 10, there's still plenty of work to be done. All the products purchased this
Unpack
morning must
everything.
be tagged with a price and placed on the sales floor. Hey, so do you think this job has made you physically stronger?
なりましたわかりますか弱くないでしょ
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess when you think about it, sorry for pausing so much. Yeah, like, because every time she buys different stuff, and she might have bought it at a different price, so then she has to sell it at a different price. So every single time they do like something like this, she probably has to like, not only like get everything into place, but also like think of what price makes sense.
Oh, Michio-san's brother is here. Hello. Apparently, despite having a full-time job during the week, he's dedicated himself to come here every Saturday to help his family. Hi, how long have you been working here?
中学2年生ぐらいの時から、
Wow, how old are you?
52歳、38年ぐらい、
That's incredible. So wait, what do you do during the week?
電子部品の生産管理
So do you have your own family?
をいる。子供3人、23、20、18。
Oh, they're all
And
grown
he's still
up.
helping on Saturday, huh?
That's
Better man
the
than
owner.
me.
He's already back from the vegetable
If
market
I'm working
and
all
busy
week,
restocking the sales floor. He started going to the market with his father.
Like, sure, once I would be like, sure, okay, I'll come up here on a Saturday if you really need me, but doing it every single time, I don't know.
At 15,
If I had that
eventually
in me.
taking it over and starting his very own supermarket. Now, at the age of
Could have something to do
77,
when your
he
kids grow up,
continues on his
true.
family business.
Very true. I guess a lot of people just don't have
After
hobby in
unloading,
their personal time,
Michio-san
so
quickly shifts her focus to
Fair
prepare
enough.
for deliveries, a crucial part of their business, supplying groceries to local nurseries, schools, and also welfare facilities. Balancing a delivery operation alongside managing the store is no easy feat, but the shop must do whatever it takes to keep the business thriving so that they can provide for the younger generation.
最高
But clearly, I guess this shows that this whole thing would just not work out if they had to pay employees, right? So I'm sure they pay some of the family members to an extent, but you know, clearly, if they have to ask so much of the family members to help, I guess the shop would just go down if they had to pay normal employees, right? So, which really means that it's a precarious kind of like situation because like what happens when some of the family members just can't help anymore, too busy with work or school or something. Like this feels like the kind of shop that's really like walking on the thin line and any day they just could go down because something changes. But at the same time, again, there's an appeal to it.
So, did you think you were gonna do this as a kid? What did you want to be? Seriously? What kind of food? I'd eat it. Hey, so how's business lately?
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. That's insane.
Depends on the salaryman, I guess. Running a grocery store requires a lot of manpower for restocking the floor, purchasing, providing customer service, cleaning, in addition to all the administrative tasks. To stay profitable, a family store like this one in Japan usually cuts labor costs by relying heavily on their family members, which has its advantages and disadvantages. But
Yeah, that's
it's
what I said,
definitely a
right?
way to stay competitive with larger supermarket chains.
It's more of a passion thing at this point because, again, as you just described, it doesn't really make sense. It's insane hours. You have to use family members' help for free, otherwise it just doesn't work. I mean, it's more of a passion thing. Like, yeah.
Good morning. She's the wife of the owner and great-grandmother of the Oyama family. What are you making? Oh, nice.
Sushi. So they make, they actually cook stuff they sell. That's cool.
She's in charge of making the deli shop items, also known as sozai in Japanese. She left her own job to join the family business after getting married to the owner. As mentioned earlier, she was handling purchasing for many years, working closely with her husband, but after an injury, her dedication and resilience led her to start making handmade sozai, which quickly became one of the store's more popular items with many repeat customers. So, what time did you come in? Wow, that's early. When do you finish?
Man,
半ぐらいまでここに
Jeez, that's a long day.
はいじゃあこれ
that's insane.
Really? Thank you. Apparently, she uses their family recipe passed down from her mother, who used to run a sushi restaurant.
It's really one of the things where like I both have like so much respect for people who are able to do this, but also like I feel kind of sad, right? Like your life is just, non-stop like working. I mean 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then when you have to do all the shit you have to do when you get home, it's just insane. But again, I guess you do what you have to do. Yeah. But again, I feel both like respect and also kind of sad that they don't have a
Oh,
choice.
what
I
do you
guess.
like about working here?
ここでこうやって作ってんのが好きあとはお店出てお
But I
客
guess if
様
she
と
likes it,
話
that
し
helps.
たりねお客様の元気な顔を見てるのがいいかな
I know what you mean. Oh, her great granddaughter is snagging some of her sushi.
あれは
Well, I guess she earned it. Oh, are you guys going on a delivery?
はい
Cool. Drive safely.
携帯聞いて
So they do delivery too, man. They're doing so much.
Good morning.
おはようございます
Michio-san's daughter-in-law and her kids are here. With more hands on deck, the store prep seems to be moving at full speed now. Do you help out here a lot?
土曜日だけ来る
Nice. How old are you?
9歳
Oh, cool.
色はそのまま変わらずで
I guess
Hi.
weekends
So
are
have you been working
more
here a long
busy.
time?
結婚する前からちょっとお手伝いしたりしてて、その後に結婚して子供できて、でもう0歳から2人ともお店に来てここら辺ちょこちょこ歩いて
Wow, they literally grew up here. She's been working here for the last 10 years. While she says every day is busy, she truly enjoys the close relationship she's built with the locals and regular customers. In the past, it was quite common in Japanese culture for neighbors to look out for each other, especially when it came to keeping kids safe. Today, this sense of community mostly exists in rural areas, so it's heartwarming to see it thriving here. Hey, what do you do for fun?
釣りとか
Oh, where do you go?
最近は はお水に
Did you catch anything recently?
汗
Awesome. Hey, so
Go
before we
Bees.
continue on, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. Now, if you don't already know, Squarespace is the #1 way to build your online presence. In fact, I use Squarespace
guess
for
the
my
dirty
website,
worker rates of
Zebra.
developed
These are
countries.
some of the
Yeah.
reasons why I love using
We know it's
Squarespace
bad.
so much.
We
By
know it's
combining
bad.
2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge
South Korea is pretty
AI
bad too. I was watching a video recently,
Squarespace
like,
can unlock
you
your
always hear about
strongest
Japan,
creative
but
potential to build a
South
beautiful,
Korea is
more
also
personalized website tailored to
with
your
both
own
the birth
specific
rate and
needs.
elderly
Check it out,
population
my
is
homepage even shows my
also
latest videos for
having it
both of my
bad.
channels. You can even start
kinda
with a
crazy.
fully custom on-brand website with Squarespace's AI-enhanced website builder, Blueprint AI. After a few questions, the design system transforms basic information about your brand or business into an elevated online presence. If you want to sell products online, physical, digital,
Everything
or
is
service
AI.
products, Squarespace
When
has
it's
you
by
covered.
AI
Invoice
grocery
your
store.
clients, no problem with Squarespace. So there you go. Go to squarespace.com today for your free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Paolo from Tokyo and get 10% off your first domain or website.
About 10.
That's
Oh, man,
Grandma's
they're just
famous
making me
yakisoba,
hungry.
a
Stop
favorite
it.
among regulars. Sadly, grocery stores like hers are vanishing across Japan as national supermarket chains and even convenience stores are rapidly expanding into regional
Yeah.
areas. On top of this, drugstores now mimic convenience stores, reshaping the retail landscape and making survival tougher for small family-run businesses.
Yeah, again, like France probably has a lot of different, a lot of different like situations. But again, where I used to live in the absolute countryside, yeah, like both of the small store in my village were like from a big brand, and then even here where it's like top of France, it's like I live in a bit of a bigger place, but even then, there's literally only the very big supermarket stuff. Like the only actual like family store stuff you could find is for like bakery or something like that, yeah. Otherwise, for like actual grocery store, like I don't think in my 26 years I've ever been to one that was like like run by a family. The only difference I would say is that when I lived in the countryside, there was a lot of like farmers and stuff like that, and they would often sell stuff on the side of the road. It was very countryside, so they would just come with their van, park on the side of the road, and they would be selling, depending on the season, like vegetables, strawberries, whatever they had. And I guess that was kind of similar, right? They would always be super nice. They would give you like price. They would, often give you free stuff. I guess that was kind of similar, except not really a store, right?
Are you ready for the opening?
あ、準備万端です。あと5分。
Competition on a macro scale, Japan needs more competition to remain relevant. But on a local level, it's sad for family-run business. It is. I mean, it is sad, yeah. Also, at the same time, what can you do, right? Like, it's often easier to just go to a normal big brand supermarket or something, and I guess that's just what it is sometimes. Like, I guess, right now where I live, like, there's a big brand grocery store literally like 1 minute away from walking. I mean, I guess if there was a family store 1 minute away from walking and it was not more expensive than the grocery store, I guess I would go, but yeah. I guess most of the time for people it probably makes just more sense to go to a big brand. That's just the way it is.
Before the door opens, there are already a number of customers gathered. I guess they're here for the deals. I mean, look at their ultra low prices. Bananas for 20 yen, 13 cents for 100
Wow.
grams, and 88 yen, 58 cents for a bag of komatsuna. Crazy! Now the
love
store
the
is
price.
officially open.
How much is a Monster Energy? That's the only thing I can judge. How much do they sell a Monster Energy?
1721円になりますね。
And right after opening, the register is unsurprisingly busy. It's truly amazing and heartwarming to see firsthand 4 generations coming together to share in the family business. I can only imagine a similar energy and vibe when Michio-san was a kid, spending Saturdays here laughing and helping out with their cousins. It's a living story of connection, dedication, and the timeless strength of a family bonded together through a common goal.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
On Saturdays, a local bakery van stops by to sell their baked goods. It's one way the family tries to attract more customers, making it more convenient for them to do all their shopping in one place.
Yeah, that's
Why, do
nice.
you come here often?
あ、よく来ます。あ、でも土曜日しか来ないですけど。
Oh, why?
こっちの方が全然安いんで。午後から
Also,
半
it is
額だから、いつもそれ来てます。
Nice. So what's the best?
Then I guess this makes sense, yeah. Because I was thinking, obviously, like, you know, usually the reason grocery store from big brand wins is because they just can be cheaper, you know, while like a local personal store tends to have higher price, you know, I guess. And so that's why they win. I mean, you know, some people might appreciate the local store run by family more, but as far as price, it often makes more sense to go to a grocery store. That's a big brand. But I guess from what you're saying, it's actually cheaper here, so yeah. Those are very low price for Japan. Japan's agriculture is extremely inefficient, yeah. For a developed country. That's right. I've heard about that, yeah.
Best part of the shop?
人です。人。みんな優しいから。あと、お惣菜がめっちゃ美味しいんですよ。お母さんが作る。
Got it. Thank you. Now, around 11, after the morning rush, the family takes turns to go on break.
はい、お願いします。
あるかと思ってもうドッキリやんそれなんで一気にいる
Hey, what are you making?
のおばあちゃんがアイスコーヒー作って
You always make that? How sweet of you.
ちょっとちょうだい。
お茶くだはい開けてキャラメル出して俺キャラメルと塩キャラメルだから
So are you tired?
いや、疲れたわけじゃないけど、どうですか、一個。
Thank you.
食べて
I
く
mean,
だ
looks
さい。
dead.
So the
This
store
thing
is
is not
closed tomorrow,
dead.
right?
明日休み。
Nice. What's your plan?
親戚の人とドライブ行く。
Where are you guys going?
長野。
Really? That's a little far. What are you gonna do there?
美味しい食べ物食べに行く。
Nice. How about onsen?
はいはい。1年に1回か2回だ。親戚が行こう言うから行ってきます。
Sounds like a great time. Hi, can I ask you some questions?
はい、いいですよ、してください。古いでも付き合える。
古いお付き
Oh, like how long?
35、6年。
So you must come
Wow.
here often.
よくじゃないよ、毎日だよね。この通りなの。
Ah, I see. So what do you like about the store?
だって人がいいじゃん。やっぱり
Yeah, I get that appeal. I mean, again, it's not that people aren't nice and or anything, but you know, I can imagine, yeah, going to a store like this where if you go often, they know you and you know, they have more of a reason to be extra friendly to you, right? Because you know they care about all their customer rather than a big brand where you know the cashier is just someone like hired by some higher up and just trying to get through their day to get their pay, which again is fine. But we see it's like, you know, it's a lot more like what feels like, you know, fake politeness. What I guess in a shop like that, you know, you can truly believe that the owners really care about every customer, right? You know, so I get the points. I get the appeal.
お店ないよね。でお孫ちゃんもね、可愛いのね。
Yeah, they are. What's that?
3週間ぐらい入らなかったの。でもね、私のためにこうやって取っといてくれるのよ。ありがたいよ。
It makes sense why this grocery store is so loved by the neighborhood, as it always makes an extra effort to know its customers as well as their needs, going out
That's
of its
cool.
way to ensure that their customers have a satisfying experience each and every time, even if it's as simple as ordering a special item for them. Are those the candies you bought today?
そうです。結構売れてきたね。
Predicting what's gonna sell is tough, huh?
ね、難しい。
Good thing you have a lot of experience, right?
うんって言っちゃう。なんか自信はない。お父さんとかはほら野菜とか多分そういうのあると思うけど。
She also says that she does her best to pay attention to the season, as well as what items would make her grandkids happy. Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?
できたらまた店開いてできなかったら漁師とかやってみたいな
That's cool. What kind of store?
でこの八百屋をできたら
Oh, so you want to run a grocery store?
はい
You must love it here.
弁当来たよ
Knocked over an entire fucking shelf in a local convenience chain. Oof. No staff helped me, it was despair. Damn. Like a massive shelf? How long did it take you to clean? That's crazy. That's crazy.
After 1 p.m., the family finally takes their lunch break just before they restock the sales floor for their afternoon sale, which starts at 2:30.
カリカリが一番印象だけど
How's your lunch?
美味しいです。お腹空いてる。
I can imagine. How's yours?
美味しい。働いた後だから美味しい。
I'm sure. Isn't it remarkable to be able to work with your grandkids?
そう一緒にこうね。
The
あ
other
りがたいよ
shoppers.
ね。成長が見れるっていうのは。
You know, he
That's kind of crazy. I mean, you'd think the staff would help. I mean, I'm sure they're annoyed that someone did that, right? but you know, like someone's gotta help. I don't know. Local stores thrive in between the gaps of economies of scale and big stores that need time to set up efficient logistic versus small store that can just do basically whatever. Fair enough. I mean, I guess this only works as long as you have like a loyal customer base, right? And looks like they have a lot of old people who have been coming on for a long time, so as long as they have those people, I guess they'll be fine, yeah.
Told me that he wants to have his own grocery store.
But damn,
Well, I
yeah,
hope
I get
his
it.
dream comes true and he has a successful store in the future. Maybe I can visit one day. And that's another one in the books. If you want to visit this place for yourself, I'll be sure to leave a link in the description. Also, I wanted to quickly say thank you again for supporting the channel.
I mean, I'd
know
love
we
to
took a
visit a
longer
store
break
like
than
this.
usual to spend time with our family at the end of this year, so it means a lot knowing that you guys are still here watching this video. As many of you already know and can see in this video how important family is. So again, thank you for giving us some
Fell
family
down and
time
jumped
as
in
well as
McDonald's.
spending your time with us on a return video. So that's a work day at a local Japanese supermarket.
Okay, that's pretty good. I always really enjoy his videos about, you know, work life in some Japanese occupation. It's interesting. Well, you know, again, I mean, I do like the appeal, and if, you know, there was any close to me, I guess I would go to a store like this. But again, in the town I used to live in, or this one, there's no, like, personal grocery store. Like, the only thing I would go to is, like, a bakery, right? Like, when it's a birthday or something. Once in a while, I might go to, like, a personal bakery. You know, for example, like, where I live right now, there's a guy from Morocco that has, like, a pretty awesome bakery, and since I moved here, like, 3 years ago, I went a few times, but that's it. Like, I went 3 or 4 times in the last few years, you know, for, like, a birthday or something. So, that's really about it for, like, a personal store. That's really about it. I feel like the only big personal store that you see in France, when I'm thinking about it, at least for, like, you know, goods like that, is like a smokes store, you know, where people can go, like, buy smokes, buy magazines. Usually, like, there's a bar alongside it. That's kind of like the only thing that tends to be, like, much more personally run, I guess. But yeah, like, family grocery store, I've never really seen one. Yeah. So I see the appeal, and I guess I would go to one if I saw one, I guess, you know. Yeah. Yeah. The local personal owned grocery shops are nicer. They don't have that corporate nice to customer, but it feels more homey. Yeah. Again, that's what seems to be the appeal. How far away is the nearest Asian grocery store from your town? I don't even know if there's one. There's like a Chinese restaurant in this place that I know about. That's about it. I don't know about any Asian grocery store, but you know, I'm not the right person to listen to. I mean, you guys know I don't go outside very often, and even when I go outside, I just go to the same place. So, you know, my mom often tells me, like, it's been 3 years that you've been here, and you barely knows what's around in like a kilometer radius. That's kind of true, right? I don't really know what's going on in this place. I don't know. I'd imagine there might be a foreign section in a big supermarket. Yeah, there's like there's always a little Asia section, but it's like super small. Usually, you know, you've got like cup noodles, you've got like spices like wasabi or something, soy sauce. It's usually like 2 meter by 2 meter. You know, that's about it. That's what you can find usually. Yeah. Here's a video link. Really interesting. Really interesting.